morning, students. Today's topic is probability. So, what do you mean by probability? Probability means likely or chance. You can tell that probably this may happen. Okay. So, generally, the word probability is used to denote the happening of the certain events and likelihood of the occurrence of that event based on past experience. So like you know certain things previously, you have experienced certain things, so based on that you probably tell or predict something which is going to happen, which may happen in the future. Okay, so that is what is probability. Probably this may happen. Okay, so for example, by looking at the sky, would anyone would say that one will say that and there will not be a rain today because it's a clear sky, isn't it? If it's a cloudy sky, on the other hand, looking at the cloudy sky and the overcast sky, one would say that it may rain today. Correct. So this is the experience that we have beforehand. From the childhood we have seen that if it becomes cloudy and dark, mama would say you that yes, it may rain today, come inside. Right, when you're playing out, you mama used to call you back, isn't it? So that probably she predicts saying that it may rain, so definitely that day used to rain. So that is the experience that you have carried it from the years or from the days. Since you have experienced that, one day you can also predict saying that today it may rain. Correct. So it might be a cloudy a day, so you could predict something that it may rain. Or if it's a clear sky, then you could predict saying that it will not rain today. Okay, that is what is probability that we are studying today. Okay, so on the other hand, if mathematician would explain what is probability, okay, so if mathematician has to explain, he would explain saying that the first case what we have studied a little earlier, that if the sky is very clear and it wouldn't be raining today. Okay, so that means according to a mathematician it could be a 0. Okay, that is for the first case, and for the second case of rain is 1. Okay, that is the second case, it may rain, that is 1. Okay, according to a mathematician. In between 1 0 and 1, okay, there are fractions denoting the chances of the event occurring. So how much of the fractions that would come in between, those many probability it may or may not occur. Okay, that is an event, anything that might be, it's not only the rain, it can be anything that would probably say. Okay, so we can say probability is uncertainty about happenings. So uncertainty about the happenings, it's not certain. Trial and event. What is this trial and event? An experiment which though repeated under essential identical same conditions. So this you should remember, essentially identical same conditions does not give unique results. Why? But may result in any one of the several possible outcomes. So that is probability. Correct. That is what is actually that we are speaking about. It may result in any one of the several possible outcomes. So performing an experiment is known as a trial, and their outcomes of the experiment are known as the events. So what do you say about the experiment? Say like for example, a seed germination either germinates or does not germinate are the events. Correct. So in a lot of seeds, one may germinate, or two may germinate, or three may germinate, or four may germinate, or all five may germinate. Correct. This is the probability criteria that we would actually predict beforehand when we are sowing the seeds, isn't it? So it's like a fraction. Say like one seed is getting germinated, that means one of that particular portion of seed is germinating. Seeds are germinating. Okay, it's a fraction. 1/5 is germinated, 2/5 is germinated, so that is a fraction. Otherwise 0, meaning nothing has germinated, either it is 1 or 0 or in between everything. Okay, So that is what is actually the experiment, and the outcomes is the results or the events that's happening, which we say it as a probability. Exhaustive events. What is this exhaustive event? Exhaustive events is the total number of possible outcomes in any trial is known as exhaustive events or exhaustive cases. What is this exhaustives? When pesticide is applied, a pest may survive or die. That's a probability again, isn't it? The pesticide that we have bought might be effective or may not be effective. Okay, there are two exhaustive cases, namely survival death survival or death, correct? So they may survive or they may die, correct? So that is one kind of a probability. Now favorable events. What are these favorable events? Whatever the prediction has happened, it would be favorable. Okay, maybe say like the number of cases favorable to an event in a trial is the number of outcomes which entailed the happenings of the event, which is helping us that it is happening. Okay, which is saying us that it would happen. The number of outcomes is very much favorable to us. For example, when a seed is sown, if we observe non germination of a seed, it is a favorable event. If we are interested in germination of a seed, then the germination is a favorable event. You like it, then it is favorable. Whatever you predict, you feel something, if that is happening, then that is a favorable event. That is what it actually means about. What is mutually exclusive events? What is mutually exclusive events? Meaning, events are said to be mutually exclusive or incompatible if the happenings of any one of the events excludes or no excludes of the happenings of all the other. That is, if no two or more even of the events can happen simultaneously in the same trial, correct? So here simultaneous equations or simultaneous events that is happening couldn't be taken it as a probability. You could not actually consider to be that the joint occurrence is not possible here. Okay, since you are predicting something which you are waiting for something to happen, when simultaneously things are happening, then you couldn't predict anything. Germination and non-germination are mutually exclusive events. So simultaneously they are germinating also, some are not germinating also, correct? So germination and non-germination are mutually exclusive events. It may not. Simultaneously it is happening. Okay, when simultaneously things are happening, you would say that it is a mutually exclusive events. Okay, so equally likely events. What is this equally likely events? Meaning, outcomes of a trial are said to be equally likely if taking into considerable or considerations all the relevant evidences. So you consider some relevant evidences, and then there is no reason to expect one in preference to the others. That is, two or more events are said to be equally likely if each one of them has an equal chance of occurring. An equal chance of occurring is happening for every event. Henceforth, the equally likely events is happening. Okay, so what is an independent event then? Independent event is where several events are said to be independent if the happenings of the event is not independent or is not affected by the happening or one or more events. So something is happening which is not hurdled or which cannot be disturbed by something else. For example, when two seeds are sown in a pot, one seed germinates, it would not affect the germination or non germination of the second seed. So I am not going to influence any other person who is there beside me. I am independent and he is also independent. He or she is independent. Okay, the seed which is there in the pot, okay, the one seed is not at all going to influence on the other. It is independently growing. Fine, that is what is independent events. One event does not affect the other event. Clear? So what is dependent event then? Dependent event is where if the happenings of one event is affected by the happening of one event or the more events. Say like if at all a seed is germinating in a pot and it is not going to allow any other seeds to develop in the pot. Okay, that is what is dependent. Or something like then the events are called as dependent events. I will tell you for an example. If we draw a card from the pack of shuffled card, if the first card drawn is not replaced, then the second drawn is dependent on the first drawn. Correct, no? What is it actually saying? You draw a card from unshuffled for an well shuffled yes, well shelved cards. You, if it is there in the bundle, you pull out one. The one which you are pulling it out is makes the other one to be proper. If you take it very properly, then the other one will remain properly. You can take the other one easily. Correct? If you just pull out randomly, then the second one would almost been falling, and you would little touch it, it may fall down. Correct? So it is dependent on the other, as like first card or drawn by the other one. Okay. So here is the conditional probability which would explain you with certain problems. Okay. So one events A or two events A or B, A and B are said to be independent. Okay, we were just now discussing about the dependent, isn't it? So when B can occur only when A is known to have occurred. Okay, meaning see, B can occur only when A has already happened. Otherwise, B couldn't take place. Okay, or vice versa, maybe. The probability attached to such an event is called the conditional probability and is denoted by P in the bracket A by B, read as A given B. Okay, so or in other words, probability of A given B is occurred. Clear? So A given B is occurred is equal to the P A intersection B divided by PB. Okay, so P in the bracket P A B divided by PB is what the equation says. If two events of A and B are dependent, then the conditional probability of B given A is would be the again vice versa. Okay, the reversed one. Instead of B here, we are writing it A because here B is given by A. Okay, so that's what is an idea about to say you in the mathematical form. Here is one of the theorems of the probability. So there are two theorems as you have seen here. Okay, one is the additional theorem of probability and the multiplication theorem of probability. Okay, so additional theorem of probability or the and probability is, let A and B any two events which are mutually exclusive. I explained the mutually exclusive. So here, so the intersection is going to work very beautifully in these cases. Okay, so intersection meaning the one which is exclusive from that of the other events, mutually exclusive, right? So from the diagram above, which you can see here, A intersection B bar B, and here is A intersection of B, and here also it is A bar intersection of B, meaning see here A set is here, B set is here, the intersectioning sets are in between. Okay, this gives us a clear crystal picture what exactly is a mutual exclusive events. Clear? So substituting the formula, you would get certain an ideal formula, that is a p is a union of b is equal to a pb plus pb minus p intersection of a intersection of b. Let A and B be any two events which are mutually exclusive. That's how the total mathematical form runs here. So what is the proof for that? So the proof here is, see, we know that the n is an A union of B is equal to n A plus n B. Okay, so there here you substitute the formula for that, and then you can say that A union B is equal to A plus B. Okay, so note the case of three events, not mutually exclusive events, but what is the form that you could say, that is A or B or C events may happen, that is equal to nothing but A union of B union of C. Okay, so that actually means A plus B plus C again. Okay, so here is one of the other case. In the case of the third events, mutually exclusive events, again, what's it, well, the one that was the not mutually exclusive events, this was the mutually exclusive events. What is this says? A or B or C or C happen, then A union B union C, which would result in again A plus B plus C. But see, there the changes here, P A plus PB plus C. PC is the difference wherein the exclusive events would take place. So here ends up your probability. If you have any doubts on this particular topic, you would have it. You could quote it in the comment section. And if you have liked the video and if you have understood the video, then please like the video and subscribe for it. Okay. See you soon with the next videos and the next topics. Thank you.